Can I get a golly gee willikers?
Now I know it's pretty extreme to start a video off with such harsh language, but that's how passionate I am about this particular video, because we got one major thing to talk about, and that relates to Tesla. If you're trading or investing or paying attention to the ticker symbol TSLA, the ticker for old Tesla, Elon Musk's brainchild, you're gonna really want to know what's going on, because in the short term, this thing looks primed to explode. So I'm going to be breaking down everything you need to pay attention to: price structure, momentum, the options flow, the key gamma levels, and the narrative that is driving this ticker higher in the short term. Now, very quickly, before we dive into all that nitty gritty, if you enjoy these type of market breakdowns, and I suppose more specifically chit chats about individual equities, let me know by hitting that like button, and obviously don't forget to subscribe. And of course, if you want me to dive into your favorite ticker, leave that in a comment below, and if I see a lot of people talking about the exact same one, more than happy to make that video. And with all that out of the way, let's ride. Now, very quickly, just for a little bit of context, a bit more framework for this specific video, I'm filming it right after the market closed today, Wednesday, September the 24th, and here is the official headline. Stocks closed lower for a second day as investors continue selling AI plays, Nvidia and Oracle. Now, obviously, I have my own thoughts and feelings on all that, but that really isn't the star of the show. The overall market, yes, I get that we are a little bit lower, but please let me remind you that we just hit an all-time high. Looking across the Twitter sphere, looking across Reddit, looking across, I guess, wherever your favorite FinTwit is, wherever you're getting your stock knowledge, everyone's freaking out. They're red day, red day, red day. First of all, we only dropped by 0.3%. Second of all, we just hit an all-time high yesterday. Folks, when in doubt, zoom out. Don't get all consumed with your 1-minute chart. So yes, I get it. But overall, we're still strong. Higher highs, higher lows. The momentum is bullish. We're above all the EMAs. And overall, the structure, we are caught up in some nice positive gamma. Similar situation in the NASDAQ. Yes, 2 red days in a row. Overall, not that far away from the all-time high. Momentum is strong. Price structure is strong. We are caught in positive gamma. Same thing in the small cap sector. We just hit an all-time high yesterday. Technically, it's our second red day in a row. Don't freak out. That's all it is. When in doubt, zoom out. I think that is very, very important for the context of this video. But I have a little bit of breaking news that just hit the wire as I was preparing to film this, and I'm very excited to share. Day trading is about to get easier for smaller retail investors. Here's the TLDR. Pattern day trading might very quickly become a thing of the past. The Financial Industry Regulation Authority, FINRA, has approved amendments that would replace the long-standing $25,000 minimum equity rule for pattern day trading. And what I'm hearing from FINRA, from the SEC, and from all the chatting heads might be lowered to only a couple $1,000s. So if you're watching this and saying, hey man, I like trading, especially day trading, but pattern day trading is the bane of my existence, I'm there with you. But I do have some pretty freaking cool news. It might be very quickly a thing of the past, which might give you the opportunity to take advantage of intraday moves such as the sell-off in the SPY and the Qs and the Russell. Not so much in Bitcoin. In fact, Bitcoin's actually looking pretty decent right now, but you get my point. Big news for retail traders, and yes, I'm excited about that, but really, maybe with your potential new day trades, you might want to focus on something else. Now, once again, just for a little bit more context, overall market, we're not that far from an all-time high, but the intraday action, not so good. The S&P 500's delta movement, what happened in the options market, we were flat. We got hit around 1150 and then pretty much flat for the rest of the day. Overall market, no real trend. But what we saw in the underlying was kind of interesting. The Mag 7, the combination of Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla, all looking pretty good. We popped, we gave some back, put in a higher low, and then ripped into close. So overall, the Mag 7, even though we're not exactly seeing it in price, I do want to let you know that there is some underlying strength. There is some underlying bullishness, and there's one that definitely takes the cake, and it goes by Tesla. If you are watching this in real time right now, whether a short-term bull trader or a longer-term investor, you should be sitting here with a smile on your face, because this is a beautiful chart. After we got a sell-off, we got a pop, led to some consolidation, then we broke out. This is bullish price structure, higher highs and higher lows. Price is above all the major EMAs. That is strong momentum. And in reality, we're knocking on the door of a legit breakout. So for those of you who maybe care a little bit more than just beyond price action, you might care about the narrative. And the narrative right now relates to his pay package. Tesla stock is rising. Elon Musk speaks out on the $1 trillion pay package, basically saying, hey, this gives me control of the direction of where we're going. I don't really care about the dollars. And if you happen to own Tesla, you probably just got an email or some sort of update that they want you to vote in the upcoming earnings. So right now, basically people are starting to say, yeah, probably going to go his way, which means that Tesla as a company will be able to retain its most valuable asset, Elon Musk himself. So that's the narrative, whether you buy it or not. All I can tell you that really what matters is price, because that's what determines if you're making or losing money. So even though price is strong and momentum is strong, we haven't talked about options, and let me show you. The delta for Tesla, TSLA, ripped all day. People were buying calls, selling puts, ripping the delta higher and higher and higher, which means people betting against it, all the Elon naysayers, all the Tesla naysayers are getting smashed. I lost money shorting Tesla. Here's what I learned. I have a question, teacher. The people betting against Tesla, when are they ever going to learn? Because this is always how it turns out for them. Everyone wants to seem real smart, being bearish on EV, being bearish on Tesla, being bearish on Elon. And look at the scoreboard. Has it really ever gone their way? And I'm not sitting here just gloating in this guy's demise. I'm gloating in his demise and the fact that I'm also up money. If you've been watching the stream, if you've been watching these update videos, if you've been watching really anything that I've been doing, you know in the short term, I've been very bullish on Tesla, and that's because this is my active trade. Yes, I do have Tesla in my long-term investment account, but that's more of a fundamental analysis. This is more of what's going on in the short term, because as you can see, it expires on October 3rd. So for me, I have the 440s pretty much at the money. I've been in them for a minute. I've been in since September 17th. Today, I had a nice return of $14,000, but what really matters is the unrealized return of about 6.4. And the question here is,
Matt, you're up 20%. You're up 6K. That's pretty good money to be up. Why are you not taking it?
And the direct answer to that is because I think this has more to go. I think we're not only knocking on the door of this breakout around 450-ish, but I think we're going to blow through it because I think it's fictitious resistance. Looking at the option setup, we have nice positive gamma support at 435. There's nothing really going on at 450. Yeah, there's a little bit of positive gamma, but if you look where the big money's actually playing, well, they're playing the 460s, and in reality, you have even an additional upside target beyond that at 470. That's the lowest gamma point. So yes, I get that people are going to react to 450, but if you ask me, and remember, I'm not clairvoyant, I can't tell you the future, but if you ask me, I think that's almost getting out of a good play a little bit too early, because I am looking to ride this gamma mountain all the way down. The first time I'll consider taking profits is 460, but really I'm going to be on my toes paying attention to this position between 460 and 470. Now, obviously, these are my own thoughts and opinions. Do what you want. I am not your mom. I am not in control of your money, but for me, it's as simple as this: strong price structure. Higher highs, higher lows, by definition, that is bullish. Strong momentum. Great, we are on top of all the EMAs. Looking at the options flow, very strong. With respect to risk reward, well, the risk is very close by and the reward is considerably higher. And then last but not least, I love that the bears are getting completely blown out and we have a strong-ish, it's not the strongest ever, but it's a strong-ish narrative related to why this is going up. So when I put that all together in this particular recipe, it looks like a pretty bullish sandwich to me. Now, like I said, my own thoughts and opinions, I'm letting you know that I'm not non-biased. I have a position. I'm invested in this stock, so in the long term, I want it to go up. But in the short term, between now and October 3rd, I want this thing to absolutely rip city. And this is basically my entire explanation of why I think that's going to happen. And obviously, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. So of course, I would love to hear from you. Do you think this is right? Do you think this is wrong? Are you betting with me? Are you betting against me? I would love to hear from you. But before I let you go, I have a little bit of a bonus for you. In terms of other things that are starting to pick up, Bitcoin just put in a higher low. We just took out this recent high. We're testing the 50 EMA. So I like the fact that we didn't dip as low as we were before. If we can recapture 116 and then set up a push of 118, this might be a new overall bullish trend. So I very much want to put that on your radar. And in terms of short-term radar, you should probably know that for the remainder of this week, we have GDP, durable goods, and initial jobless claims tomorrow morning. And then on Friday, to wrap up the week and also be the final Friday in the trading month of September, we're going to be getting another inflation report. So all important things that I think should be on your watch list and things you should be considering. Like I said, these are all my own thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear from you in a comment below. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. It helps me out way more than you could possibly imagine. That's what I have for you. I appreciate all the good vibes. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.